So I've sewn around my waistband and I have a hole, it's over here, right here, where I can get into my casing, but the rest of it is sewn. I've already marked about the length that I want for my waistband, and I'll probably check again after I put it through just to make sure, but this kind of gives me a general idea here. So I have that, and I'm going to go ahead and put my elastic around through my casing. To do that, I'm going to take a large safety pin, and I'm going to pin that to one end of my elastic, and that's going to help guide it through. The other end, because my elastic is a little bit short, I'm going to pin here. So here's my hole, my opening. I'm just going to take a pin and I'm going to pin it down to my fabric here so that I know that it's not going to end up going through my elastic and getting lost. If you have a really long piece of elastic still, you don't need to worry about that. This is just because mine is shorter than the circumference of my casing. But I'm going to take the end that has the safety pin. I'm first going to make sure that this is all straight so it doesn't get twisted inside. Then I'll take the end with the safety pin. I'm going to put it through the hole here. So here's my hole, right? You can see the stitching here. I'm going to go through the hole, and I'll use the head of my safety pin to pull this all the way around my casing, okay? So I'm just going to, with my right hand, I hold the base of the safety pin. My left hand, I scrunch everything up onto the safety pin. Then I'm going to move then I'm going to hold with my left hand the head of the safety pin and pull back with my right hand. And it's kind of stuck here because there's the seam. Especially at the seams, it's going to be a little bit trickier because there's the seam allowance. But I'll scrunch it up and then pull and scrunch. And here I'm at another seam line, so you just have to be careful. It might get caught in the seam allowances, so you just have to wiggle it around. And then I'll pull until I go all the way around here. So I'm just going to keep going. If I need to, I can kind of guide this and pull it a little bit more. Because it's elastic, it's going to want to scrunch up still. And even when you pull, like the elastic will straighten out and then scrunch out up again. So sometimes it can be a little tricky. But you're just going to have to finagle it. I'll keep going. Here I'm getting stuck on seam allowance again, so I just have to kind of back up a little and try again until I make it through. Oh, and it seems like, well, my safety pin might have just opened up in there. So what I'm going to do is close my safety pin. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it opens up. Sometimes you can close it again inside. Sometimes you can't and you have to start over, which is no fun, but it's not the end of the world. And I'll just keep going till I get all the way around and I come out the other end. So I'm just going to keep going till I go all the way around and I come out the same hole that I started in. So go ahead and do that. You're just going to keep going all the way around, scrunching it up, straightening it out. Then you'll meet back over here at the other end.